They're pushing in, full squad, full confidence. And at this point, most players either panic or run. But that's not the play. Welcome back to Remi's Tips and Tricks. Today, I'm breaking this fight down with key tips along the way, so you know exactly what I'm doing, why it works, and when it doesn't. When we started this rotation, there were still 12 enemies alive. And here's your tip number 1. Rotate early, and don't be ashamed to leave a bad fight. We had just come off a fight up on the hill at Estates. Both of our teammates were taken out of the game there, so now it was just the two of us. And up there, too many teams. We saw no angle to win those fights. Pressure from every direction. That's exactly why we left. A lot of players think backing off shows weakness, but it doesn't. You're not running from a fight because you're afraid. You're running from a fight because you're smart. You're playing for the win. Communicate an intended rotation with your teammate. Call it out. We rotate. Let's go. Because if you stay in a losing position, you don't get a second chance. Even though the zone was still large enough, it was about to close, and it was going to close right on where we were. So instead of getting sandwiched, we rotated early and took control of zone positioning. Now we're here, and here comes the next one. Your tip number 2, always carry throwables because they're pressure, not just damage. The surviving team from Estates was now pushing down the hill to catch the final zone. Here is where those grenades come in handy. We start throwing grenades behind the house in front of us to disrupt their approach as they moved in. Since one of their buddies got sniped by my teammate, they knew exactly where we were, or at least where my teammate was. That grenade pressure made them push harder. Yeah, a little too confident. They were the surging full squad from the Estate showdown. Now the fight is right in front of us. My teammate jumps down to counter that push from low ground, while I stay on the roof holding the angle. One of them pushes directly toward him. I take that guy out. Then, as my teammate switches from left to right of me, as an enemy using misdirection is approaching. Since my teammate no longer has high ground, he confuses him and he exposes himself to the enemy. The misdirection gets my teammate knocked. Yeah, that didn't go according to plan. And here's your tip number 3. Maintain or seek high ground when the enemy uses misdirection, ASAP, unless you have direct line of sight of him. My priority here is simple. I deal with the misdirection enemy before he finishes my teammate. Having high ground made my task easy. I spot him coming out of the smoke right below me. I take him out. Pressure gone, squad eliminated. Once I had eyes on him, he was an easy target. He wasn't hidden, he wasn't creating confusion, he was just exposed. My teammate starts self-reviving and I'm covering him. We know there's still one more left. Now my teammate has time to recover in peace. And here's your tip number 4. Provide visual cover for your teammate to heal. Throw a smoke grenade in a spot around your teammate to cut off the enemy's sight to your teammate. Don't throw it exactly on him. Why? Because enemies are not stupid. If they know a player is down in the smoke, they will throw a grenade, timed properly, and kill your teammate. If you throw it in front of or to the side of him, depending on where you know the enemy might be coming from, the grenade will miss your teammate. Watch where my smoke grenades land. Make sense now? The remaining solo enemy is somewhere sneaking and hiding. He was not part of this team. How do I know? Let me rewind and show you exactly. And here is your tip number 5. Watch closely what happens on my display to the right after I kill the misdirection guy. It clearly shows squad eliminated, but just in case you don't pay attention to your kill and damage announcements, there's another way how to tell if that was a squad eliminated kill. Let me rewind a few seconds back to that second to last kill again. Watch what happens to his misdirection buddy when I kill him. Did you notice the difference in how you went down? Rewind and look at it again if you need to. I will tell you the difference. The misdirection guy just simply got evaporated. He wasn't knocked first and then got killed while crawling on the ground. He died right away. Done. Finished. Tutto completo. Basta. The last one of his squad. Let's move on. Zone check. 18 seconds and it's getting tight. Now we slow it down and start looking for the last enemy. We didn't see the last guy rotate, so he's somewhere hiding, popped a tent, and watched the whole fight we just had. Smart move, X-Lax. Sneaky bastard. Turns out he's a spotter. He uses one cluster, which means he probably has another, but he also makes a mistake and exposes his position. Tip number 6, pay attention to where the grenades and other throwables are coming from. You see this? He's somewhere here, behind the house, so it seemed to me. I throw a grenade in that direction. Connect. He's hit. And this is where we mess up. I assume he's behind or in the house, so we push. Both of us tunnel vision the same angle. But here's what we missed. He had already shot at me and I didn't even register the direction it was coming from. Second cluster comes in. I can't move into my gas cloud, it will kill me. I didn't want to push toward the bridge, too far out of the zone. So I turn back and rely on my quick strike to get me out of this mess. Yeah, not my finest moment. If he wasn't there, I would have gotten out of that cluster. And this leads into the final and most important tip. Number 7, check every nook and cranny. Avoid tunnel vision like we had. Many players hide while hugging the zone. Just because you don't do it doesn't mean others won't. He was hiding behind that wall the whole time, but because I would never use that for cover because I'm a quick strike user, doesn't mean that someone with a spotter class won't. That wall is perfect for him because he can see all around without exposing himself, and he can easily aim his spotter from that position. GG's, spotter dude. And now I know exactly where he is. And of course, I call it out to my teammate immediately before the kill cam shows it to me. He's behind the wall. That one call changes everything. Now my teammate knows exactly to focus. No guessing, no searching, just execution. If I wouldn't have communicated that to my teammate, this fight could have ended very differently. My teammate locks in, knocks him, and we take the win. My last but not least important tip, no comms, no win. You can't properly function as a squad if you don't communicate on team chat. Lack of sharing of valuable information that your teammates might have during battle or tag retrieval can and most likely will get you killed. Unless you are a solo pro soldier, I recommend you always communicate with your teammates on team chat. And that's it for me for this clip, my friends. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, comment. Tell me your thoughts, ask questions, and share what you may have done differently in this situation. Can't wait to hear from you. And yes, I read and reply to all your comments. Peace out.